All right, the latest in Bitcoin's price action, as well as an update on overall where we're going in this late stage empire situation. Welcome back to Breaking Bitcoin, everybody. Let's go. The button didn't do the thing. I pressed the button and it didn't do the thing.
Hi, this is Brian Kurt from Kava Labs. You are watching Breaking Bitcoin.
Somebody get this man a stream deck. Jeez. Well, ever since I moved things back around from the old studio, things have been a little out of place. So, welcome back to another episode of Breaking Bitcoin, everybody. This is your daily source for everything cryptocurrency, markets, and personal finance. My name is Justin Wise, lead analyst and Monster Energy drinker of CrackingCrypotcurrency.com. Hopefully you guys are doing absolutely fantastic today, wherever you happen to be tuning in and wherever you happen to be watching us from. All right, so we've got a fantastic show for you guys today. We're going to talk about a whole lot. Listen, running late today, guys. There was a whole lot of administrative duties for me to do this morning. So much to get the team set up with and so much that I wanted to get accomplished. But I did get those things accomplished. Pretty happy to share those things with them. But for you guys are overall interested in the market movements. And I guess to hear me talk about, the fundamentals and the emotional and psychological aspect of being a trader are really the areas where I shine and often where I find individuals approaching me the most for my advice. And for today's show, we're definitely going to be focusing on that, as well as showcasing a new camera angle, because we have the 5 camera setup over here now. And I don't know if you guys can see them as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks very nice, very beautiful. But I do not have the third webcam to capture the shot from that corner. We'll do that tomorrow. But for today, we'll do this. Let's go. All right. We were able to do it. Not too bad. Certainly not the setup that perhaps I deserve, but maybe the setup that I need. Let's just move this up a little bit. And maybe down a little bit. Didn't think about that, huh? Did I? The best laid plans of mice and men. That's okay. I hear the collective groans of my entire team sighing. Wondering why I didn't plan this out better. Well, I certainly did plan it out just fine. There's just only so much time in the day. All right. Whoop. Okay. All right. So we get the best of both worlds today. We get the extremely hot studio. We get no fan. And we get awkward placement of the fan. Awesome. Fantastic, everybody. All right. So. Yes, we are very chillaxed today, guys. Very chillaxed today, drinking the monster out of our coffee cup. All right, so we are talking about a bearish movement for price action that's actually quite good because of the intraday short that I put on this morning for the premium members. But we do have Glassnode's pricing pulled up. That's not really what I want. I want TradingView. And we'll start with the Breaking Bitcoin chart. After we give everybody a shout out here. Why? We've got Crypto God. He's still talking about that video. I did not get a chance to look at the BID as much as I wanted to yesterday. Let's see here. Saint C, B Kemster, Boris Bitcoin asking what time is the stream starting? Just a slight delay as they change the thumbnail. Yeah. Bird, Profit Bear, Doug, Stream Elements Bot, Stephen Hyatt, Challenged Investor, who asks, why don't you take over a JP Morgan's precious metals desk and show them how to trade both profitably and ethically? Well, I think the real reason is because they've got too much corruption in their particular desk. The only way the system really works is if they have it rigged. So, did anybody withdraw any funds from BitMEX already? Midwest Attempt says what I said at the beginning of the week, selling my long. Meanie Solomon, thank you so much for the subscription over there on YouTube. All right. Can they seize people's funds in BitMEX? Are you guys where the CFTC will also investigate ByBit, Deribit, FTX? Zombie shilling Badao last year. Badao. Not the water thing that cleans your butt. Well, we all need a bidet once in a while. All right, so shout out to Leyland, Midwest Attempts, Cornholio, Boris, Bitcoin, S180XT, Blue Box Territory, and Haroon Naik. All right, so the most prevalent piece of information, I guess. Let me get my Discord pulled open because I've been focusing on code and writing administrative scripts all morning. I've been working in Google Scripts pretty much all morning and Google Sheets. Santiment, as I talked about in yesterday's community mentoring session, Santiment has a Google Sheets integration called SandSheets, and I have been pretty deep into that. But let me give you guys an update on what we're going to talk about. Largely, the only thing I want to talk about is the trades that I put on. I've been a little bit more aggressive intraday. So I did take a long on Bitcoin for the breakout justification, and at the exact same time, and this might sound silly, but overall, I'm quite happy with it. I put on a long for Bitcoin with a, let's say, a relative amount of capital. And then I put about 10 times that position on with a short on Ethereum. I knew strategically the better entry was to wait for a pullback, but we'll break that all down here in a little bit. But either way, the premium members should be quite happy. I do believe we are stopped out of the long. I actually logged out of ByBit. I have to do that when I get ready for the show. And it's a more patient and calm way to trade. All right. This is what it looks like when I have 30 tabs that I need up to do the show, and I don't have them up. All right. Oh, yeah. The main thing that I wanted to mention, of course, today. Let's get my notepad pulled up. Is if you guys, I don't know who took me up on the challenge to go watch last year's October 1st video. Last year's October 1st video, if you go and watch it, it actually got a decent amount of views. But the reason why I recommend that you watch it is because I noticed on rewatching it myself that my sentiment as we moved into, for whatever reason, as we moved into October and concluding with September, with its price action, with its news, with its events, and overall, I mean, there was not a whole lot. I'll just speak for myself. There was not a whole lot that I will look back fondly on about September, right? Now, there were some, in my personal life, there were a few punctuated moments of, let's see, sublime would be the correct word, but I can't use it in that, I can't use it the way that I was structuring that sentence. Where I was really touched by individuals, by friends of mine, and things that they did, just little things by going out of their way. But I was really touched, and that happened about 2 times this month in September. So the previous month, because obviously we're in October now, and those rarely happen in individuals' lives, right? Usually you'll go like a couple of years before being really touched emotionally by the thoughtfulness of your friend. But yeah, that did happen this last September. But besides that, pretty nondescript, nothing to talk about month. Certainly, I've noticed that in the premium trading group. It has been certainly one of those months where everybody's been groaning. We've had the hangover following DeFi. And unfortunately, as we often see, we're going to be seeing a lot of wrecked traders because we have a lot of individuals that jumped into DeFi, and now it's moving into the NFT craze. So let's say the Uniswap craze, and now moving into the NFT craze. And it's funny. I remember talking to senior analyst Alexander about Ansel Linder, who's a good economist, a good analyst. I've had him on the show before. I've interviewed him. Make sure to go check him out at Bitcoin and Markets. But he is an individual that doesn't trade altcoins or shitcoins to the best of my knowledge. So I can only imagine how true Bitcoin maximalists, right? Like certainly when it comes to hodling, I put my faith in Bitcoin, but I trade anything. But there are individuals out there who do not trade anything, do not do anything but hold Bitcoin. And I can only imagine they're kind of like, I don't even know words to describe it. They're kind of like maybe parents, yeah, parents who are really embarrassed when their children come home in today's generation and are into TikTok and just certainly have no idea of how to communicate with their children. I think that's probably how Bitcoin maximalists feel in the midst of alt season. But unfortunately, generally those same individuals or individuals like them tend to finally FOMO in right at the worst period of time, right when everything really starts pulling back. So I really appreciated Alex coming on yesterday and breaking the traditional markets down and their correlations with cryptocurrency as well. So I feel like this is an area of the market where a lot of individuals are very tense. They're very nervous. And I can see this from the tenor and from the nature of the YouTube videos that are being put out, right? I just look at the thumbnails. I look at the title of the videos, and there seems to be a lot of like desperation and the need to get into the correct directional movement. And largely, I think if you've been following this channel, we're in a much different position. We're very calm and relaxed. We're very comfortable in our positions, and we are ready to go. All right. So with that being said, and of course, we just made out like bandits off of today's movement. So, all right, now I've got things a little bit better situated. I do need to find chat. I lost the chat. There it is. Found the chat. And we can get going, guys. Challenged Investor says the market chop is similar to Biden stringing two coherent sentences together. Listen, okay, so certainly, I am an individual that is far more in line with fiscally conservative policies. I am not. I'm quite socially liberal, but certainly not to the degree that are. I talked about this yesterday. I don't want to get into the nuances of the left and the right because ultimately it doesn't matter. There's good people on both sides. That's the true answer. And anybody who's getting caught up by ideology right now, or like co-signing, right? Like really putting their energy into co-signing for politicians or political movements that are not going to put food on your table. All right. That Reddit thread that you feel very strongly about, where you feel very validated by individuals that either so this can fall into either territory. If you're investing a lot of time and energy into validating your own cognitive or emotional biases, right? Whether you're on the right wing or on the left wing, you are missing the point, right? You are really missing the point. Certainly there are, I think that there are philosophical movements and philosophical ways of thinking and ways of structuring your life that are good to do and good to talk about. I love to talk about philosophy and discipline and structuring my life. But philosophy and political science are two very different animals. And you could argue that they're not, but they're different, certainly in application, right? So ultimately, my opinion on current modern day politics comes down to this. There's literally no moral supremacy on either side of the aisle, right? Because it doesn't matter whether you truly believe that conservative policies and appointing, Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court, for example, or striking down Roe v. Wade, or reducing taxes more, or whatever you think would possibly be beneficial if you fall more to the right. And it doesn't matter if you think that socializing healthcare and providing more money for the poor and providing a bigger net for the middle class. Of course, that's generally the positive things. But again, all that on the left side. It doesn't matter. Those politicians are not really there to help you. Those politicians are not going to be there to write the check when you are in need. And if you can notice anything about life in America and around the world right now, it's that we are in need. If you're in the middle class to the lower class, which has been the nice division between the social classes. It used to be that we had quite a robust middle class and upper middle class. And going to college was really a thing, and one could earn a comfortable living, and one didn't really have to stress. And we had pretty good idea and sense of our culture, depending on where you came from, either in America or in the UK or in Europe. It didn't really matter anywhere around the world. We felt, I think anyways, maybe that's just waxing loquaciously or kind of moon gathering about a previous generation. Maybe that's because I read a whole lot when I was a kid. But at the end of the day, what matters is putting food on the table for my children, protecting my family, providing for the ones that I love. I'm pretty proud that I'm not the world's most highly trained or ridiculously intelligent, super genius kind of guy, right? I'm a pretty normal guy. Well, relative to like cryptocurrency enthusiasts, I guess. But I'm pretty proud that I can that in the midst of the COVID pandemic, basically, and it's going to get worse. I'm pretty proud that I can employ individuals, that I can offer individuals full-time positions, and I was just thinking about that this morning, right? I'm often pretty, so I'm not self-deprecating, right? So I used to say when I was younger that I was self-deprecating, but that is not helpful to do. Being self-deprecating it's not a good thing. Okay, so I have realized now that I am just starting to ramble. What I'm trying to do is get Winamp set up. Sorry, audio output capture. Let's get Winamp set up here for you guys. And that's going to be coming out of speakers. Sounds about right. Options, preferences, output, configure. Now I'll put this out through. All right, come on, Windows 10. You can do better than this. There we go. We'll put you out through music. Okay, we got this. I didn't mean it. I didn't intend for it to go down like that. Wow. I did not think it was going to just blast out the eardrums like that. How dare it? Okay. Man. Hypersensitive, man. Why? Don't know. All right, let's turn the volume down and Winamp. There we go. Yeah, this is real life, guys. Okay. And there we go. Now, you guys let me know if that is too loud or too not loud. What's the opposite of loud? I think that's loud. Let's add a. Yeah, it's too loud. I'm going to take the gain down by about 5 decibels. Now, you guys let me know if that is too loud or too... Oh, no, that's perfect, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry. I'm on a little bit of a delay. Oh, Benjay. Oh, man. When I've got my own employees in the chat talking about, let me talk to your manager. Okay. It's all right. See, this is the kind of life you guys can look forward to, right? If you guys get good enough at trading, you can look forward to being mildly incompetent on a live stream. Oh, Benjay. Oh, man. All right. So we'll get the music going because we want to FOMO into things. This is good. All right. Let's start off and break Bitcoin's price action down. I've got my roadmap here. And the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be the trend. We talked about this yesterday. Let's mute myself. That is very disconcerting. So not a whole lot has changed from the weekly time frame that we looked at yesterday. If we look at our exponential moving averages, we can see that price is still consolidating in our weekly EMA band, right? So what do our short-term to micro exponential moving averages suggest or represent on any time frame when we are looking at them in regards to trends? Well, the answer is the median hub for price, right? The average price. Literally, what is a moving average? It is the average of price. So often, if you have a series of numbers and you ask what the average is, it's most likely going to be somewhere in the middle. So that is literally what a moving average is. When you put it on the chart, it is the middle of the range. And we have other indicators such as Bollinger Bands, for example, that do their best to represent the outer limits of the range. All right. And we can trade and come up with different trade strategies or trade setups based upon these different dynamics and interactions. But moving averages almost always represent the middle of a range. So as price moves away from a moving average, it indicates that there is divergence occurring, right? Like price was, let's say, fair valued, and now it is breaking away from its fair value for whatever reason, right? Generally because somebody decided to hit the big market buy button. Press on that. One of these days, we're going to have a whole bunch of like cooler elements and things like that, right? I promise, guys, we'll get it. We can do raining gold coins, right? We can do raining gold coins. I want to. Sorry. There we go. I like that a whole lot better. I don't really like looking up at the camera. Makes me feel like you guys are looking down on me. Galen. No, sir. I do not approve of the Twitch shilling in my Twitch stream. You know, a man's Twitch stream is a very sacred place. Don't ask for much. All I ask for is to not shill in my stream. Hey, wow. Senior analyst Alexander subscribing for 10 months with Amazon Prime. Highly appreciated, my friend. He says, woohoo. But not to be underdone. Forex Meister subscribing for 18 months. That is a year and a half. That man has been a fine friend of the show. So thank you guys so much. I highly appreciate that. I think I'm going to go ahead and gift a subscription over here on Twitch. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Because I saw the button. Here we go. Give you guys an opportunity to log into Twitch if you want to get a sub. All right, and it is no one you know. No one you know. That is probably true. Don't need to know. All right, back to the weekly. Congratulations, my friend. You are the winner chicken dinner. We are not trying to gain anything. Subscribers today, right? No, certainly not. Certainly not. Tuki TD, thanks for joining over there on Twitch. Alexander22 over on YouTube says, so there is another Alexander in the Twitch stream who is a more generous version of me. Not only, listen, I don't know you, my friend, too well, but I will tell you about my good friend Alexander. Not only is he dashing, charming, highly intelligent. By the way, he is the absolute best person that you want to call if you're having a bad night. I will say that about him. And he's also, well, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to blame Ben. Certainly, Ben is responsible for the website because it's just not letting me zoom in on my friend here. But yes, Alexander is fantastic. And look at his amazing picture. I'm going to get him out on the beach Actually, I've got a picture with him out there on the East Coast, but the West Coast, excuse me. But get him out get him out on the East Coast. Gonna take him out to the sandy beaches. Yeah. All right. By the way, that is a good opportunity for me to go ahead and chill for a little bit, guys. So, trigger warning. Just remember, today's show is brought to you by the Premium Trading Group. So what we do, at least what I do with the majority of my time, is not just lollygag on YouTube. This is for enjoyment. This is to let you guys know. This is just interact with the community. And I enjoy doing it. Yeah, it's certainly therapeutic for me. Probably as therapeutic as it is educational for you guys. What we do is we work on training the next generation of traders. So we teach individuals how to build strategies from the ground up. We teach individuals how to create indicator-based trend following strategies, as well as learn the skills necessary to build any kind of strategy, whether their goal is ultimately automation or whether their goal is manual trading like I do for the most part. However, automation is one of the things that we've been getting into. And lately, as we talked about yesterday in our community mentoring session, the things that we're looking at doing right now are automating the backtesting process, automating the signal generation process, automating the PTP process, basically automating any and everything that we can. And automating the spreadsheets as well with all of that API information so that we can literally just tell the sheet what indicators that we want to test. And we could even use a macro scheduler to listen. It goes on and on and on. So a lot of awesome things that we do in the group, as well as create indicators, as well as provide signals, as well as do mentoring, as well as provide an online education facility in the form of the Online Trading Academy. So if you guys are interested, make sure to head over to premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com to see all that we have to offer. And with that being said, you know, I really need to, you know what I'm not good at is having that like that plug. If somebody would like to make me a nice sexy graphic to flash on stream right now for the Premium Trading Group, that would be great. I know there's one up there. And it's quite nice, but right on Dice, good to see you, my friend. Tuki TDs has been watching on YouTube. Great work. Thank you, my friend. All right. With that being said, all right, going back to what we were saying here, essentially not a whole lot here has changed on the weekly. The only thing that I would be interested in seeing, but it's not really ultimately the setup that I'm interested in. The chart to me, as I said yesterday, is hinting at upside, right? As the most likely trade setup, right? So I'll just return to what I said yesterday. I said a weekly bullish trend that is back at support. Why is it a weekly bullish trend? Because we're above the 200 exponential moving average. We're above the 100 exponential moving average, the 55 exponential moving average. We are above the median zone of the Bollinger Band, although that's not something that I mentioned yesterday. If we look at something like Ichimoku, we are finding support on the weekly Tenkan. We are in the middle of the cloud. And if we look into the future, we can see the future cloud is twisting up into a bullish cloud. So generally, any trending indicator that you would like to pick out of your pocket right now is going to be bullish. We can even take a look at things like Supertrend. Supertrend is bullish on the weekly time frame and has been ever since that pivotal moment where we broke above that resistance level of 10,000. And we did. And we have just kind of hung out there, right? Everybody thought we was going to shoot right off to new all-time high. No, sir. It takes. Why is crypto dropping? Cryptocurrency is going to drop because we are currently in the process of experiencing another wave of mass government incompetence with regards to the coronavirus and the financial crisis that is occurring, that is still ongoing since 2008 and really since 1982. All right. Most likely, actually, I mean, certainly the nail in the coffin. The nail in the coffin was when Nixon took the United States dollar off of the gold reserve. So that was certainly the final nail in the coffin. And I know that seems quite abstract, but what I'm saying is, you know, the problems are coming home to roost, right? So the financial markets are, I wouldn't even say that they're unhealthy, right? So people need to understand this. This is my belief. The financial sector, and by this I mean commercial banks, and commercial banks to the largest degree, hedge funds, money markets, overnight swaps, the repo process, literally the entire financial sector. But the majority of the currency goes to the money markets, the overnight money markets. The financial sectors have hoovered up, right, the vast quantity of the average citizen's wealth at an accelerating rate over the last 100 years. And things are popping off now because it's not that the financial sector is unhealthy, right? Because they have all the money. They can literally do anything that they want. But the financial markets are and have always been a Ponzi game. Like they always have been. The only way that you can make money from purchasing any asset is if individuals come in after you and continue to buy it at an increasingly higher price, right? And then at some point you sell to some sucker who came in after you, right? So this is how financial markets work in the traditional sense, but thank God, following World War II, we got some rocket scientists up in there who created derivatives. So now we can actually just trade. So the way that financial markets work now, they used to be pure Ponzi, but the way they are now, a little bit more structured because you can make money with derivatives as price goes up, moves down, left, right, sideways, options, so, swaps, literally anything that you might want to do, futures. But with regards to the derivatives, really all we're doing there is we're in an arms race against speed, right? Because who are the most successful traders in the modern financial market? Well, they're high frequency traders, right? They're automated bot traders running on highly complex logic scripts with machine learning. And that trend is not slowing down whatsoever. That is accelerating at a rapid pace, right? So what is this? This is not Everett's law. This is... what do they call that? Where technology continues to exponentially grow at the rate in which it produces itself, or the complexity of our technology continues to increase at an exponential rate. But it does. So, ideally, we're just we're trending toward we are trending toward the most optimum level of speed and efficiency that we can get out of our automated systems and high frequency traders. All right. And once that happens, there won't be money for guys like me to make, or for any manual trader to make, right? Which is pretty cool. That I get to, but whoa. Hey guys, previously we were talking to you from up there. Now we'll be talking to you from down here. All right. Life has always been like that, right? Moore's law. Thank you guys very much. Somebody said razor. Occam's razor. No, Occam's razor is, look, man, I did not eat the last piece of pizza in the fridge. You are the only other person in this house. Therefore, you're a freaking liar, man. You ate the pizza. Okay. So the weekly is suggesting that we are pulling back in a bullish trend. However, simultaneously, it's also suggesting something else based on price action, which is, as I indicated yesterday on the daily time frame, would be a potential swing failure pattern, right? That is where, as we can see, hold on, let me lay out the bullish case before I knock it down, right? So here's the weekly case right here. Let's pull up our trending indicators here. We see that price has, again, pulled back to our 13, 8, and 21 exponential moving averages on the weekly time frame. We do see our 55 EMA down at 91.92, the 100 EMA at 83.72, and our 200 exponential moving average at 68.06. I would consider those just set limit orders there, right? Because it's my firm belief that Bitcoin is going to put in a big V bottom, just like we did over here during the March meltdown. And I'm going to continue to say that until it happens, right? And then the Bitcoin is in the box. Why does it look like I burned my eyebrows today? I did use, so I have a, I'm not sure what the brand is now. I can't think of it. I have an electric shaver, right? Beard trimmers, right? And I use that to keep my beard generally nice and tight. It's how I like it. And I did decide to put it on the So there's the 3 guard, the 2 guard, and the 1 guard. It's very simple. And I normally use the 2 guard for my eyebrows. And then I use the, use either the single razor that's on the back of my executive blade Dollar Shave Club to trim up my line, as well as do in between my eyebrows, as well as like trim up here. So yes, guys, it's a lot of work to come out looking like this. Don't just wake up like this. I put probably 10 minutes a day into my appearance. One thing I will say that you have to do, gentlemen, listen, you can mock me if you like, but you will thank me. Put lotion on your face, okay? You have to carry this thing around, right? Lotion it, for the love of God. There is a massive trend of guys certainly not taking care of themselves as well as they should. All right, so we certainly can here on the weekly time frame find support here. There's a technical, I can sit here and build the technical reason why price is pulling back. This is support. This is the first pullback in a bullish market after the breakout of 10,000. And of course, you should be a buyer, right? If you take a wider view of what's been going on in the cryptocurrency markets, I mean, it was just a few months ago that we were having the conversation in this area. Like, all right, here we are. We've broken above the 55 here and we're pulling back down. Are we going to break above that resistance at 10,000? Are we going to complete that rectangle top? And we did. That was the last call that we made based on that. Why did Bitcoin dump? Stop with this BS, says the Yugovo. Well, I will only say this, my friend. I've been short since above 11,000. I put on another. I can just speak for what I did today. I posted 2 signals today for the premium members. Me personally, I took a $24,000 position on Ethereum USD to the downside. I took about a $3,200 position on Bitcoin to the upside. So that got stopped out. But the 24,000 to the downside is probably feeling quite good. So, if it's BS, that's only because you don't understand what I'm saying. So yeah, the trade is to the downside, guys, for fundamental reasons. Now, what is it going to look like if that happens? It's going to happen with the weekly closing below the 21 exponential moving average first. That would be the kind of first warning sign. But again, these are such slow signals. You're not really going to have a lot of time to react to that. Certainly the better thing to watch for was the daily. And it could have gone either way here. Certainly we have the setup here for a double bottom. Double bottoms I do like in cryptocurrency, where we have the rounded eve, and then we have the more pointed V bottom. Generally, we can get a nice appreciation above that. And again, generally the right way to play those is to wait for price to close above, not the high close, right? But the high, right? You want price to actually take out the high, and then you buy the next pullback, right? You can market enter. That's generally how I trade. But it is certainly more strategic to try to enter on the next pullback. So say, for example, if price, instead of dumping here, had put in another bullish candle, put in a nice bullish candle here. Actually, I can use the ghost here. Okay. God. Why did you not do that? Okay. Can I? How do I make it stop? Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. You just have to use a prerequisite amount. All right, I don't like that. Let's do path. Yeah. So if instead we had actually taken out that high, then the more strategic thing is to buy the first pullback, right? And to buy. Okay. Is it? Oh, this is exhausting. Like, hopefully you guys, feel my pain here. This is ridiculous. Okay. There we go. Buy the first pullback. That gives you a more strategic entry, certainly. Just like if you identify a bullish trend on the weekly time frame and you then zoom into the daily to actually get your setup, for example, in oversold conditions, you're going to have a more optimum entry. You're going to make more money. all things being equal, if you're trading to the long side, you want to buy as low as possible. Now, there are psychological reasons why that generally does not, why focusing on that generally does not make one a successful trader. And that's why we don't really start off by focusing on that with our newer traders and our newer students. This is why we do recommend, hey, identify a trend, just market buy. Don't sit there and mess with it. Don't sit there and try to perfect your entry. Just get into the trade. Double click at the end. Anyone here knows the right way to purchase it? Yes, over the counter, in a back alley. Yeah, sure, you go, darn, my laptop is dead. So I got you. I'm gonna have to do it on the mobile app. Actually, I just got this phone the other day. I'll have you guys know, I'm not the biggest Android aficionado. I'm not an Android developer. I did not root this device. I did utilize ADB on it so that I could install 5 productivity apps because they are certainly the way that I like my Android phones to work. I have Nova Launcher on here, fluid navigation gestures, auto cursor, fast app switcher, and there's another one. Oh, shoot. I can't remember now. Fast, auto cursor, and volume styles. Yeah, so with the power combined, ByBit. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else either, but I've never, that's not true. I have certainly usually utilized a VPN when, I got a lot of phones over here. I do generally utilize a VPN on the phone that I usually trade on ByBit. I have recently exchanged that phone. I don't have this one all the way set up, but it is okay. Man, just to have you know, I'm going through. Nope. Man, it's very hard to do this. I don't know if you guys are the same way. I'm not naturally proficient with technology. So when I'm able to make things work technologically, for example, like when I'm able to make automated indicators that just do what I want them to and make me money, I am overall just so happy with myself. All right, we got this. We got this. There's LastPass Authenticator. Okay, jeez. We have successfully installed the applications that we need, and we have successfully gotten our password manager onto the new Google Pixel 3a. It's not new, but all right. Log in. WinScribe. Did not give LastPass permissions to autofill, did I? Sorry, guys. I know this is exhausting. If it's exhausting for you guys watching, it's just as exhausting for me. Let's actually 12:58. So let's actually take this opportunity for me to get logged in and for me to tell you guys about our friends over at ByBit. Yes, it is certainly where I trade. I used to trade on ByBit. I'm hearing individuals come in saying that ByBit has been taken down. I don't know. That would not surprise me. Hold on, let me, because I don't have my tweet deck up. If I have my tweet deck up, I am on top of everything. Let's see here. Curve, Biden to launch safe door, knocking in run up to campaign. Blaming BitMEX charges on racism. All right. This is what I got, guys. This is what I got so far. And we've got at nutty_rags screaming about hit BTC baking with their users Tezos. BitMEX, according to Whale Panda, so this, he just literally tweeted this. And Whale Panda is certainly smarter than me. Here we go. BitMEX is processing withdrawals right now. Okay. So, whenever you guys are done, BitMEX is not screwed, to the best of my knowledge. All right. And, you know, BitMEX has never been hacked, right? Why do you think they have not been hacked? It's because they don't have a hot wallet, right? There's nothing online for an attacker to hack, right? So BitMEX, the BitMEX website, so bitmex.com is literally, you know, it's a video game, right? There's no Riot Games. I apologize, sir. I've tried to distill it down to its most simplest element for, let's see, almost a month now. I've just been saying, put on a short trade. I feel like if people would have just listened, and which most of the individuals have. So with that being said, I do trade over on ByBit. When we come back from the break, I'm going to give you guys some actual ByBit updates. So I wanted to give you guys an update on their mutual insurance, which is pretty cool. So if individuals do want to pick up some protection for their trades, but they don't want to actually go and deal with the absolute swamp pit that trading options can be, right? Sometimes trading options can be very precise, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's kind of like pulling off, you know, being polyamorous, right? Some individuals get it and some don't. Also, when we come back from the break, I want to talk about Israel going into a partial lockdown already for the coronavirus, as well as portions of the UK. This is happening, guys. And this is what's going to facilitate the next market meltdown. And again, that's the reason. That's what's going to happen. It really has nothing to do with the chart, right? This is why we can look at the technicals. And I said this earlier, I can certainly paint a bullish narrative. I can be a chartist if you guys like that, right? Most of the individuals on YouTube are, most of the individuals doing technical analysis are, right? I don't do that. You know, I build strategies. There are setups that I like, but at the end of the day, and I talked about this during yesterday's community mentoring session, we are looking to optimize a Kelly bet algorithm, right? We are looking to optimize, our signal strategy system, right? And we want an asymmetric risk to reward ratio for our wins to our losses. Moonshine Fuel asks, where is ByBit located out of? They are located out of Singapore, my good friend. And with that being said, let's go find out about from Jason. Can't catch a break over on BitMEX with all the wicks? Try a better alternative at ByBit.crackingcryptocurrency.com and rest easy for a change.
No, you drink it. You drink it. Oh, hey, Justin. We're having a great time out here. I'm telling you, I just killed a 1% short off the 15-minute, and I am on fire, baby. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. Wait. Pow, 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 pow. Who's got more money? Just got more money. Who's got more money? Just got more money. Back to you.
Hey guys, I wanted to give you guys a broad view of everything that we had going on, as well as just overall. I'll give you guys a different perspective. All right, so we got a lot going on here. Let you guys see what it's like in the battle station, a little bit from my perspective. All right, so yes, I did want to touch on that real quickly because ByBit does have some cool stuff going on. That is the exchange that I do the majority of my damage on. And instead of using the break for what I intended, all right, I do believe that I was supposed to use the break for what I had intended. I do not want to pull up a Tor browser. This is so annoying. Sorry, guys. We'll get there. Oh, no, dude. Now it's got me logged out of. Listen. So, if you got, where's that? Who asked that? What is the individual who asked that? Let's see here. It was, let me go find him. Visuals by Vlad. It was the Yugovo, Mr. Yugovo. If you come to the Discord after the show today, I will do anything and everything in my power to provide proof. I.e., I will run across to my other house and get the power cord to my laptop so that I can properly get on the thing. So if I get on my VPN right now, I am going to terminate the stream. And I really am not going to sit here and go through everything that's required to log in on my phone because that is not the device that I trade with. So I got you, my friend. I can see his house from here. Yeah, this is not a bad setup. This is not a bad setup. A little bit more light would be nice, but hey, welcome to my life. Okay, so let's talk about ByBit before we move on here. Now, I actually do think that they actually did something special for me as, I don't know what the word you guys want to call, like an influencer or whatever. But I didn't see what it was. I certainly know that if you guys utilize my link, I will make money from your trading fees. It's not any additional money that you would pay. You could consider it just a portion of the fees that you were going to pay anyways, that I pay anyways, that everybody who trades on the platform pays anyways. Some of that goes to me for referring to the platform instead of to ByBit. So I kind of like that idea, right? Certainly if you guys are on the left, the idea of socialized money, right? But you can get a $50 bonus for your first deposit, $20 total deposit bonus as well. So that it used to be $90 deposit bonus, right? It used to be quite simple. All you had to do is go into their Telegram and retweet them on Twitter. Now they got you, they want you to use their features, but again, their features are pretty cool. Strategy alert, you get $5 when you try that out. Mutual insurance, which is actually really cool. We're gonna look at that here in a second. You get $5 when you try that out. If you follow ByBit on Twitter, you don't even got to retweet anything. You get $5. And if you trade for 10 accumulative, I think they should have said consecutive. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? All right. Go Zendesk. All right. Anyway, so you can get up to $90. Certainly worth it. And their mutual insurance is pretty cool. So I want to talk about one of the updates that they just did as well. So one of the biggest updates, it's not a massive update, but it is certainly a quality of life improvement, is the ability with the new trading interface to select quickly and easily whether or not you want multiple take profits or all in, all out. So it used to be previously that, what? Oh, sorry. It used to be previously that if you put a position on, I think I've just figured out how I can log in, and it was Tor all along. It used to be previously that if you went to market enter into a trade, you had a simple one-click option, and it would be nice because you could set a take profit and a stop loss conveniently with your entry position, with your entry order, but it would be for all of your position. You wouldn't be able to actually reduce that at all. And with the USDT perpetual contract, not the inverse perpetual contract, with the USDT perpetual contract, this was even worse because you couldn't set opposing orders. You actually had to close the trade out with the close function. Now you can simply select the pretty convenient option to just set a TP or SL on a selected position, right? So you can put up to 20 take profit or stop loss positions in. Ooh, network error. It doesn't like it. I don't think it's gonna let me. Yeah. It's not gonna let me, guys. Unless I put a... I would have to put a WinScribe extension and WebRTC limiter. So I tried, but we're not gonna do that. Wow, this is really all over the place, isn't it? So, you know, I guess I really wanted to show you guys on my account. Unfortunately, I logged out, but maybe we'll find a better way to do it. I'll post some pictures up. Now, mutual insurance is another feature. So, mutual insurance is another feature, and I've had this page hold up for a minute. Let's actually see if I can do this. All right. There we go. Good to see you guys. Hopefully you guys like this angle. All right, I'm a little blurry here, and that's okay. So I want to talk about mutual insurance, though. It is now live to help you ride the crypto wave with confidence. Silly. Boom. Hey, you guys like this view? This is pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? I like that. And the top banner. Cool. Are you guys in? This is a nice view, isn't it? I wish it was a little bit more transparent. And I think I can do that, right? Filters, add, color correction, and just reduce the opacity a little bit, right? To like 70%. Yeah. That's a little too much. 80%, how about 76? 76, I think, splits the baby. All right, so if you guys are worried about cryptocurrency volatility and you would like to have a little bit less risk when you go to put on your 10x degen long position. For example, I took a pretty aggressive position today. There's something on the back of my head. Yes, there most likely is. Is it a hat? Is it head? Is it a cut? I don't know. Nope. It is just my head, my friend. So obviously you guys are aware of options contracts, and options contracts are, they're attractive. They are a way to make money when the market is neutral. You can make money if the market's not even moving. You can certainly make good, safer bets off of unpredictable movements in the market and protect yourself far better. Overall, I really think that just trading futures perpetuals and having a long and a short and adding and removing from the loser and the winner simultaneously is the better option. It's a lot easier, but yes, my head is shaped such a way, sure. But if you guys want to have some of the attractiveness of options, some of the protection of options, without all the risk, without all the kind of thinking, you can just take advantage of ByBit's mutual insurance. I don't do this for every trade, but I do this for my day trades because it makes sense. You just take a portion of your profits and you put that into the insurance fund, not like the Arthur Hayes insurance fund, Polygon, Hexagon, Yo Money Gone, not like that. But it's a pretty effective risk management tool. And it can help you offset your losses when you do have them, and you will. You are going to have losing trades. So let's look at an example here. Let's take Trader A and Trader B as an example so that we can understand mutual insurance and how it works. Let's actually zoom in. Oh, no, sorry, because I'm over here. Let's zoom in here. Let's take Trader A and Trader B as an example to understand mutual insurance a little bit better. All right, so you can secure profits in an uptrend with mutual insurance, and you can receive compensation in a downtrend if you are holding Bitcoin long. Remember, one of the little pesky things about perpetual futures is that you are spot long with your margin generally, except for ByBit, where you can actually have USDT as your deposit. So if each trader has a $5,000 Bitcoin position, right, that they opened up at $5,000. So if mark price goes to 6,000, then the unrealized profit is going to be the same for both of them. Not 0.1667 BTC would be the unrealized P&L for that trade, for the profit for that trade. So if Trader A closes out the trade, they take their profit. However, Trader B decides to secure their profit instead with mutual insurance. So Trader B buys $5,000 worth of long protection at $6,000. Excuse me. So if index price, so based off the contract, if index price falls to 4,000, the insurance fund would compensate Trader B for the loss. In other words, that trader would still earn 0.5 BTC or $2,000, actually twice as much as the insurance payoff, right? Because not only, hopefully this makes sense, not only has the individual, let's see here. Where's my web paint? There we go. Come on now. Let's draw an aggr trade. Okay. All right, so let's say that this area right here. So both me and Jason decide to long right here, okay? There we go. Both me and Jason decide to long right here, right? Let's say we have, even though it doesn't really quite look it. Trying to get this thing to behave. Come on, man. Work with me, baby. There we go. All right, we both have the same entry. And we're both going to take profit at the same place. We're going to take profit at this previous test of support. We're going to look for that to turn into resistance. Now, let's say that we take a, 10 BTC position. 10 Bitcoin, right? At about $10,526. That is all right, $105,260. So if you had, if you had a tenth of that, if you had one Bitcoin, you could do this at 10x leverage. All right. You could also do this with half of that. You could do this with $5,000 with 20x leverage as well, if that's what you want to do. Or you could have a significant amount of capital and put 10 Bitcoin on at 1x leverage, or put 5 or 2, however you guys want to get there, right? Math is the same. I just use 10 because it's convenient. 10 Bitcoin, we take price to the upside here. That looks to be about, well, it is not going to tell me. So that math is pretty simple. So simple, in fact, that I do the exact same thing I've always done, guys, my entire life. I do not do math on myself. 10, 525. If price moves to 10, 850, that is going to be an advance of 3%. All right, 3%. So 105, 260 times 0.03. So we would each make about $3,157 in profit. Let's just call it 3,150. Now, when we get there, when we get to Valhalla up here, right? Remember, we're both up 3,150. So if Jason sells his position, he just gets 3,150. Meanwhile, what I do is I take a 10 Bitcoin insurance position at this price level, right? And if price falls, because I'm taking the insurance policy to the long side on my long position, I still hold my long trade. If price then falls to the designated you lost, buddy area, I get compensated for the movement from here to here. But keep in mind, I already made money on the movement from my original entry up to my take profit level. All I've done differently here is not take profit. I have secured the position with an insurance policy. So if price moves down, I actually am going to end up making more money, ideally. It's certainly not always going to happen that way. There's going to be quite a bit. This is not a like foolproof magical thing that I think individuals should use all the time. No, BitMEX has not been seized. It is currently processing transactions as we speak, guys. All right, let's actually get, let's go on over to BitMEX. Of course it is. Mm-hmm. So this is what is going on. This is from Reuters. The United States have charged BitMEX, the founders at least, with failing to prevent money laundering. So we have to look kind of carefully at this. All right, so the DOJ has charged Arthur Hayes, Samuel Reed, and Benjamin Dello, and Gregory Dwyer. Yep. With violating the Federal Bank Secrecy Act and conspiring to violate that law. Where did they file the charges? In Manhattan's federal court. Okay. And the CFTC filed a civil lawsuit as well to halt BitMEX's U.S. commodity derivatives business. Well, not doing that anyways. Okay, so I'll get the court case pulled up, but I'll also wait until I'll just put BitMEX into my tweet deck and conspiracy. The US created Bitcoin and they own 1 million coins. They are Satoshi. So listen, here's the thing. Same thing, man. This doesn't really scare me, guys. I've known certainly, and I've said this for a long time. I've said this for a long time that BitMEX is not going to really exist, man, like in the long run. You can see better products and platforms already emerge. For example, look at FTX. FTX is a far superior platform. ByBit is a far superior platform. And why? Because they actually seem to care about their employees. Or excuse me. And we lost it. Hold that thought. I was about to make a very compelling emotional argument. I got this. All right. And why? Because those platforms genuinely seem to care about their employees and the quality of the products and services that they put out. For example, FTX was around for a fraction of the time that BitMEX was, and they're already significantly just crushing and killing the game, right? A way better exchange than BitMEX ever was and ever would be. Look at BitMEX. I mean, look at its layout. It hasn't added any new coins. It hasn't added any new features. It's well known to be one of the biggest, scammiest, just casinos that's out there. Yeah, I mean, to the point where even Arthur Hayes was being memed. So it was a product of an era, guys. However, BitMEX is not going to disappear overnight, right? BitMEX is going to be around for probably another 2 to 5 years. The reason why is because Bitfinex is not going anywhere quickly, right? Oh, they filed a lawsuit against them. Okay, great. That means this is white collar crime. Remember, guys. So that's 2 to 5 years, right? They're on the easy installment plan, right? The government treats you differently if you don't have billions of dollars to pay them with, right? If you don't have billions of dollars, Azrael, sir, I would hire you in a heartbeat. What I need to get right now is this. This is embarrassing. Never thought I would not be able to turn a screw. There we go. Luckily, thanks to Alexander, I am a handkerchief man. Which is grip. Okay, back to the cool view. No, I don't like this one. This one. Well, I certainly don't like that one now, do we? We got it. Okay, cool. We like it. Okay, so let's bring... Yeah, overall, this is, this is interesting, and it's going to cause, but this wasn't the catalyst, guys. Price was bearish. And to highlight that, let's actually go look at, where's the, yeah, there it is. Back on out of web paint. Talked about mutual insurance. Now, previously we had talked about the potential, yeah, somebody takes away half of my camera. Previously we had talked about the double bottom and the potential setup there. And that's actually exactly what I posted this morning when I posted the long setups. Let's see here. All right, let's go streamer mode and add game capture. Oh. Cancel. Okay, so that was not what, those were not the droids I was looking for. We just want a window capture, I guess. Discord. There we go. Boom. Streamer mode is enabled. You guys think that your DMs are long in the paint. Mine are absolutely terrible. All right, so we got to make this large. Cool, here we are. All right, so here at 6:58 a.m., I posted position CC200, CT197. This was a long trade with an entry of 10,869. Not my greatest movement. However, I was looking for that breakout. Let's go look at the chart. And we were looking for a breakout trade setup right here. And not insane to look for that trade setup here. Let's see here, filter. And let's actually push that up. Sorry. So again, this is pretty clear. I really would like to get a highlighter. If anybody could recommend a like a highlighter application, turn my mouse into a highlighter. I would highly appreciate that. Yeah, so anyways, we were looking for, or at least I was, looking for a breakout setup. This is the hourly chart. However, I was really looking at the price action on the 3 minutes. So price was pushing to the upside. We had seen price basically pushing up all throughout the night. And let's actually go take a look at... Let's go see here. Okay. So let's take off that, let's take that price action out. And certainly this is the chart that I was waking up to and looking to take. So we saw this right here. All right. So if you saw just this chart, this is a chart in which you look for the intraday setup. The last 3 intraday setups that I've taken have been successful. You know, I wanted to point that out. That's a funny skit that Jason did earlier, because I got some chagrin yesterday for calling a $20 movement. It wasn't, you know, necessarily a $20 movement. Sometimes a signal is a little bit more than a signal, guys. Sometimes a signal is putting you on alert that this market is currently attractive to trade. And when you find such a market, you know, you'll know, right? When you've been trading for a while. So this is kind of how you can tell the difference between an experienced trader and an inexperienced trader. You know, we trade to make money. So if I ask somebody like what chart they're trading, and you know, they really want to convince me about a particular setup or a chart pattern or a trend line or whatever, you know, none of that really matters if we're day trading. Just show me the chart in which you're having success on, right? Whatever setup that you're trading, however you are designed to trade, whatever strategy that you've taken time to perfect, it's obviously working for you quite well. And if I just sit here and watch you do what you do, just like if you were to sit here and watch me trade all day, then money will be made. Name one time it went down and didn't go back up, or vice versa. That's a good point. Well, back in December 2017, price, and hold on, I want to make sure that, oh, we lost Winamp. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. Let's get the right music up for this. I want to be respectful about this. I don't think that's it. I don't even know if the music's any good. You guys have to tell me. Buy the dip. Okay. We can turn the volume down there, hopefully a little bit. Hopefully that's not too disruptive for you guys. That does kind of allow me to monitor at least the quality of the music. Anyways, I wanted to put on like a real soft, slow song, but I can't. Let's just put on this song. It's called Stormy Weather. All right, now. Let's get the doves flying here. All right. It was a cold December day. And no, let's tell the story in the third person. Let's tell the story about Joe. You guys remember the story about Joe, right? It was December of 2017, and Joe was the smartest person in his household. I mean, he was the bee's knees. There was nothing he could do wrong. You know, He had bought into Bitcoin literally at any point in time prior to December of 2017, and he was still long. He was still long. I mean, I tell you what, he was so good. He was so smart. His wife could not even bear to look at him for more than 5 seconds. Her eyes. It was. All the way to 19.977, you know, on different exchanges, it's a slightly different price who's counting. But at that time, on that day, price went up and it has not since returned. And am I not? You know, how, you know, that's something that people don't often talk about. You know, people talk about the collapse of the dollar and how, you know, kind of the Neo Morpheus Bitcoin meme. You know, Neo says, wait, you mean to tell me that one day I could trade in all this Bitcoin for millions of dollars? And Morpheus says, no, Neo. I'm saying that when you're ready, you won't have to. So what if the dollar just fell so low that if Bitcoin stayed at 10,000, it would just, in relative value, blow up, right? Be so valuable, right? Arthur Hayes is going to be on the run for the rest of his life, like McAfee. No, I mean, Arthur Hayes is super smart. He comes from the financial sector, you know, just like he's gonna pay his fines, or yeah, maybe he chooses the life of the bandit. I don't think so. Arthur Hayes seems like the kind of guy who would roll over and snitch. I'm not gonna lie. He strikes me as somebody who rolls at the first sign of the feds. Okay, so that long position, hard stop loss at 10,827, because of course, how did things play out with that long trade? They played out like this. Straight, just collapsed to the downside. So 10,827, nice tight stop. Basically just right at the previous low right here. Wasn't taking any chances. That was about a $3,500 position for me. Nothing big, just kind of the intraday scalping that I've been doing. Now, what I did do, on the other hand, is I noticed that, and again, just being honest with you guys, I've pulled, I've got a good majority, the majority of my money, actually, damn near all of it, is on my primary ByBit account, where I have my hedge on, right? That is my main concern. I have 1/3 of my funds there. Roughly about 2/3 of my funds are in cold storage. You know, I've got a few Bitcoin on Binance, and I've got about, let's see here. It would be about 4,500, I guess. Yeah, about $4,500. So not large amounts of capital, guys. I really want to make this very, very clear. The reason why I might appear so calm and collected is because I'm largely risk off, right? I had a very good year, and I talked about this yesterday during the mentoring session. All right, so I want you guys to contemplate something for a second. And I know, like, the zoom on this, let's see if I can get a little focused if I lean in here. All right, so I want you guys to contemplate something for a second, right? So in the premium trading group, we have this spreadsheet known as the cardinal sins of trading, right? And the cardinal sins of trading is essentially dumb things that you can do as a trader that if you do these things enough within a month, a week, a couple days, you need to stop trading. Right. So this is very similar to the piranhas and sharks rule, right? So you have to ensure that you don't lose more than X% of your account per day if you're going to be day trading or putting on more frequent positions. So this is generally about 2% of your account per day, or 3%. This ensures that you can't just get nibbled away by the piranhas of the market, right? Where you have kind of mediocre day after mediocre day after mediocre day, and 4 or 5 of those is going to take your account down 10 to 12%. You can't have that. You have to preserve your bankroll. Also, you have the shark rule. So this is, well, if you happen to lose more than 6% of your account in a month, you need to stop trading for 30 days. Now, it's easy to just intellectually acknowledge saying that, right? Now, imagine that I came to you, and said, friend, you have traded so badly, you suck so much right now, that the only thing that you can do The only thing that you can do to improve the situation is literally walk away from the keyboard. There's nothing you can do. You need to go away, right? You know, have you ever had a kind of a disagreement with your girlfriend or your spouse or a close friend that basically ended like that, where your friend is essentially saying to you like, look, there's nothing you can say right now. The best thing you can do is fuck off, right? And we'll talk when we're cooler. That is so frustrating usually to hear, right? As you're kind of progressing and learning to be comfortable with the way that the universe is, right? So really imagine that. Really imagine that. Really imagine that you, contemplate the concept of accepting your own shortcomings, okay? Because to the degree to which you can do that and be okay with how much you suck, you will be a better trader, all right? Because there is no difference between me and you. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not more clever than you. I'm probably more experienced than most of you. But the only difference is I have accepted just how much I suck, right? And will always suck, right? So there's no magical time at which I just never have losing trades or I never make mistakes. Nope. I just am disciplined enough to know that if I have enough of those in a small period of time, listen, it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm screwing things up. Maybe I'm stressed out. Maybe I am, working too hard and not getting enough sleep or just whatever it might be. Maybe I have something on my mind, but certainly whatever I'm doing right now in the market is not working. And the best thing that I can do is fuck off. All right. It's the best possible thing that I can do, and go focus on a hobby, something, else that, ideally I'm kind of good at. Right. So just anything to take my mind off the losses. All right. Now, let's talk about something positive as we kick on out of here. Okay. So I do want to leave you guys with something. BitMEX is still up though. Yep, they're processing withdrawals right now. I highly suspect that they're going to continue to be up. Look how long Bitfinex has been involved with the New York Attorney General's office. This is, you guys don't need to freak out. All right, so we talked about mutual insurance. The other thing that I want to talk about is the positive trade. All right, so the positive trade, though, was this one right here. This is the one I hope that the premium members are happy with me at. This was posted at 7:09 a.m., so about 10 minutes after that one. And I got an entry at 367.70. Let's mark that out. Ooh, that's a pretty good entry. I would say I nailed that. 367.70, and I had my first TP at 365.50. Yeah, pretty tight. And 348.80. All right, listen, I don't want any applause. I don't want any accolades, okay? But this is how that trade played out. So here was my entry. And the red line was my first take profit. And the second line was my third. So again, this was a $24,000 position for me. That's a 5% movement. Yeah. If my math is correct, something like 17. At 1240. 1240. Minus the BTC loss, so let's just say $1,000. So I made about $400 today, or yesterday, with day trading, and $1,000 today. Could have been more, but that was a pretty pronounced movement to the downside. I would actually certainly be looking to take a long from here on Ethereum USD. That certainly did move with more momentum than I was anticipating. So right after this stream, I am going to probably long the first pullback here. Let's actually go look on my intraday chart. Yeah, this is nice. So here we are on the hourly. We are getting the bottom feeder algorithm is actually picking up right now. Let me, sorry, make this more opaque. Just down to 95. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do some hue shift right here. Right there. Okay. And why, you ask? Because we can. Because we can. Yeah. Wonder why I never did that. And I can actually certainly sharpen that with the OBS filter. Hopefully maybe that helps it be a little bit more visible. A lot that we can do in the realm of accessibility. Okay. It's about as sharp as she gets. Let's bring it over here. I got you guys. For the last 10 minutes, I will do my best to leave you a very well-structured setup. There we go. That's pretty cool. Buy a new watch along with that new strap. I've got, this is actually a, you know, these are what I call, these things right here. I don't know, what's the right word for them? Virtue signaling bands, right? This one actually though is Escapology. It's from an escape room. I went there with a very nice young lady for a first date, very fun first date. B-dubs followed by an escape room. Highly recommend it. Okay. So with regards to Ethereum here, yeah, I would certainly want to play this to the upside. The bottom feeder algorithm is suggesting a take profit target of 10,678, and one would have got a bad entry here, but one would have been about halfway through this. A fidget band, yeah, maybe. These can be used as a attention, a negative reinforcement instrument, right? So, for example, if you have stinking thinking or whatever you like. No, I'm not going to do that, man. Actually, you know what? I will. You've never steered me wrong before. Can I analyze an Ethereum long here too? Yeah, I mean, I would not enter right now. And let's just go look at the lower time frames to see that. Like, for example, let's pull out the minute and remove indicators here. So here we have, this is the movement that we just made a ton of money on, right? We have price moving sideways and we formed our first high, right? Here we have resistance. Now, we're probably going to reject from here. We seem to be rejecting from there right now. It's logical. I would be looking for a higher low, and we can overall look for, let's go back to the hourly here. We can broadly look for this area of price here. This is Bitcoin. So Ethereum looks just the same. Excuse me. We can broadly look for this area of price to play out just like on that time frame, just like this one did. Okay. So this is a pretty good example on the hourly time frames. This is a fractal where we have a pretty steep sell-off followed by price moving sideways. And what do we actually get? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bottoms there, 5 tests, right? So plenty of opportunity there to pick up a long position, to be patient. And then you sell on the first kind of overextended area. You want to buy now that we're moving up an established new level of support higher. You would be buying on pullbacks only. You don't want to be buying these tops because we are far away. You have to think, right? Remember, anytime you see a wick to the downside here, this is an entry for somebody who is trading better than you today, right? So somebody entered here, and those individuals certainly have more pull, right? They are certainly moving the market more than you. So once those individuals are in profit, you can't afford to be like fooling around. You got to be trading tightly. So, yeah. And here we go. We see the initiation of selling right here, where does price move pretty quickly and with high momentum to the downside, indicating that the bears have taken control. And the bulls really didn't. I mean, the bulls stepped in very weakly right here. But anyways, we broke that back down below our previous resistance turn support, put in a retest of previous resistance, broken, confirmed as resistance again. Down we went, consolidated for a little bit, and broke. So, you know, all I'm trying to point out is kind of the nature of price as I see it, right? We're coming up to resistance here. And whenever we do that, like that is not a good area to long. Like that's exactly what I did with that Bitcoin long, for example. And that was a losing trade. I lost money on that trade. I made money on Ethereum, taking it to the downside. So I would, where do we have, you know, where did the smart money get long here? Right here, right around 10,475. Now, it's not often that you get something like this, right? Where you just get lucky enough to get plenty of opportunities to enter. I don't think that you're likely going to get that again. So I would not expect to actually see price go back down there. And I really wouldn't expect a retest here. You know, I think all that stuff's fraudulent. I think a lot of people like sit around and watch for that, like, you know, this firm level or this firm level or this line or this line. That's why I'm not a huge fan of them, because, you know, charts are sloppy. You know what I mean? You got to feel it a little bit. So what you can do, let's put IC spot on. What you can do, for example, is let's just pull out the 15. That's pretty good. It's not going to get us there on the right time frame that we want. But here on the 15, we have ISOspot generating a buy signal on this candle at 11:45 my time, or excuse me, that is not 11:40. Yeah, that is 11:45 my time. I'm sorry. In conjunction with bottom feeder, right? Bottom feeder actually getting you a pretty decent price here on the daily. CM Laguerre, tops and bottoms, is letting you know that the market is oversold to the downside. But if I was looking for an entry right here, I would just simply wait for the next bottom. All right, just wait for price to come down, make a higher low, scoop up an entry here. And then, as I said, whenever we do that, I'm not necessarily looking to take price some way way up here. Where's the safe trade? And this is how I did. This is what I did yesterday, and I safely made money, right? I safely made money just taking price back up to where it's already been, and maybe even being a little conservative at that, right? Like, so for example, if we're looking here at BTC USD, instead of looking to take price to a new high above 10,595, why don't you just take it to about 10,570 and then just take a larger position? You know, if you usually trade with like 5 Bitcoin or 1.5 Bitcoin, you know, trade with 10. Okay. Just keep a really tight stop loss. If price comes back down here to the 10,000 mid 400s, then we're most likely going to go lower, or you're getting a rare opportunity to buy where the whale spot is. So I think the trade is going to be to the upside. We're probably going to break through this resistance level. I don't have a firm opinion on what does come after that. I will keep you guys overall, give you guys a brief rundown here before I go. Let's go to the weekly on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think is going to be indicative of what's going on. By the way, if you guys are not, if you guys wonder what these, I don't know if you guys saw them, but if you guys were wondering what these computers were for back here, if you are trading DeFi and you are not experimenting with the testnet for Ethereum 2.0, you know, I think you're not living as much as you could be. I think you're not living your best life. It's fun. All right, weekly time frame. We are in consolidation. We are in a consolidation zone, right? We do have support at 10,174. So let's just call it what it is. If price on the weekly breaks down below 10,000, then the best thing for you to do is short the next correction to the upside, because that is confirming that we are actually in a bearish trend or significantly weaker in our weekly bullish trend. I personally am, as I said, very consistently all throughout this week, consistently looking for opportunities to hedge. Yes, Cornholio, the only thing that I can say, my friend, is if you guys do not have a hedge on, and listen, I am sorry if I give you this advice and it doesn't play out, the way that you might expect it to. Let's go over here so I can highlight this a little bit. Oh, come on, guys. I feel like you're not even trying. Man, they weren't even trying with that one. All right. So listen, the reality of the situation is this. I hedged around a little bit above 11,000. Okay. Averaged entry. I have been telling just about anybody who would listen to me that the trade is to the downside. Let's take the music off just in case it's on. I've been telling just about anybody that would listen to me that the trade is to the downside. I have been very consistent all week that the safest place for one's money to be, I missed it, didn't I? That the safest place for one's money to be is to be in a hedge. And that if one wasn't in a hedge, one should not be monkeying around with trying to take intraday longs. The only reason why I feel I'm comfortable enough to take intraday longs is because, I focused on what was important, right? I focused on putting that hedge on, and all I have to do is keep that position open. I do believe that over the next month or two, we are going to experience a pretty significant market sell-off, very similar to what we saw back in March, during the March meltdown. And if you don't have a hedge in, you're going to lose quite a bit of money. You're going to lose quite a bit of P&L. Now, do not fret. I do think that we are going to recover from there, and that's going to be an amazing buy opportunity. That's why if you go to the weekly and you see exponential moving averages below you, or you see guppy lines below you, or you see support lines below you, just set a limit order there, guys. If this plays out the way that it might, you holding cryptocurrency is going to be a far smarter and far more profitable opportunity than it was if you would have purchased, let's say, in 2010, relative to how valuable it's going to be and how useful it's going to be. Keep that in mind. Look like a WSOP, just a chip in a chair, my friend. Yes. Hey, what's going on, Professor Wally? Good to see you, man. Give me a call later on. I would really like to break it down with you. Hopefully everything is well and good for you, my friend. I have been spending a little bit too much time in the indicators. Yes, there is a wild Justin. Oh, see, I screwed that up, right? He used to do some cool stuff, man. Anyways, all right. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of Breaking Bitcoin Market Analysis. I've been your host, Justin Wise, lead analyst at crackingcryptocurrency.com. Don't forget, we've got social links right here. Make sure to follow us on the Twitter, tw.crackingcryptocurrency.com to stay up to date with the latest of our irrationality and insanity. No, BitMEX is likely not going anywhere. Yes, you will be able to withdraw your funds. Bitfinex has been served like 19,000 times, and they still haven't audited the Tether Treasury. So relax, guys. As long as they keep the doors open, there's an incentive. Now, obviously, there is a moment in time at which those in the know head for the door, but move over to ByBit, right? For the love, just forget BitMEX. Like if you enjoy trading on there for some god awful reason, like if you like it, like, you know, if you're one of those guys who, you know, has a picture of Arthur Hayes like on your trading desk, and, you know, I guess you're into like cuckolding stuff. You know, if you're that kind of person, then maybe BitMEX is the correct option for you. If you know, if you want to be a winner, get all jacked up on Mountain Dew, then go trade on ByBit, guys. Go trade on ByBit. With that being said, links in the description to anything you guys might need. Premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com is going to be your one-stop shop destination to become and improve your skills as a trader. Learn to build your own objective strategy. Learn how to utilize indicators in a way to trade in a way that really rules out, that is designed to rule discretion out of the trade. Learn how to stop being your own worst enemy, and learn how to be calm and enjoy the art of trading and be good at it, right? Be good at it. Also, our premium indicator suite, including Minx, Parallax, WAE, Strategy Tester 1.7 time transformation, our baseline indicator, our bottom feeder, strategy tester, and indicator, as well as, there's more. And more certainly to come, right? More certainly to come. In fact, I've got quite a few. ISISpot is going to be rolling out the door, as well as our market breadth indicator, as well as our strategy template sheet, and automated strategies coming quite soon. Until then, we will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time for another episode of Breaking Bitcoin. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, or death threats, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll do my best to get back to you guys. Trade safely, and remember, there's a whole lot of guys out there shooting for the moon. At the end of the day, you got to trade your directional bias and do what's right for you guys. See you tomorrow. I pushed the button and nothing happened. Ay, ay, ay. One of these days, guys. Welcome to Cracking Cryptocurrency, home of the daily breaking Bitcoin market update, crypto currently, and trading crypto 101. Are you a cryptocurrency trader, investor, or enthusiast? If so, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell to never miss an episode. We specialize in educating traders in profitable trading strategy, psychological discipline, and money management. 3 essential components of any successful trading strategy that you will not hear emphasized on other channels. We boast a team of professional traders who come from all walks of life and asset classes to deliver to you the best content possible. Want to know what a good entry and exit is, how to set your stop loss, or how to interpret all this data? Click on any video and let us guide you. We created our community out of a fundamental need we saw in the space to deliver no-nonsense, actionable trading strategies and guidance to a generation of new traders desperate for quality content. After exhausting our public content, if you want help gaining that upper edge in the market, one-on-one assistance in developing your personal trading strategy, access to a community of traders to bolster your market activity, join our premium trading group, where you'll get access to all the trade setups from our traders and analysts, daily technical and fundamental analysis, custom indicators and strategies, access to our trading course and private Discord community, and much, much more. This is the most volatile and exciting asset class to be involved with and actively trading at this point in time. We'll guide you through it. Welcome to Cracking Cryptocurrency. Trade safely.